It's dyno day for the wagon. Let's see what this thing's gonna do. Kind of a yucky day, but it's going to be a cool day. We're headed up to Big 3 Racing up in West Salem, their new facility where they rebuilt from the fire a year ago, a little over a year ago. And Chuck is going to get the wagon on the hub dyno, and from what he says, this is be the first time that he can get some real numbers, because running it on the chassis dyno, it would just go into tire shake and he couldn't get it to stick. So we're excited to see. I think he's excited to see what the wagon's really going to make, this big pro-charged big block, and you're going to be there with us. Here we go, Big 3 Racing. Big 3 Racing is adjacent to Dragway 42. And we're here today to see what Chuck's wagon is going to make on the dyno. What a great facility. Already, what a great facility. Hey Rob.
What's up?
We are here at Big 3 Racing. We are here to see some horsepower we have never seen in person before.
Yes.
And hopefully horsepower that maybe he hasn't seen before. Maybe?
I don't know if the wagon's ever been on the dyno.
It's been on chassis dyno, but he said it would get in tire shake, and
so we're putting it on the hub dyno.
Putting it on the hub dyno today.
So it's gonna be all the horsepower.
Yeah. So we're here at Big 3 Racing up in West Salem, Ohio, close to Dragway 42, which is convened as all get out. And we've already talked to Chuck. I think he's going to help us with the Coyote powered Pinto, and he really knows his stuff and gave us a lot of good advice last time we were up. So we're going to go ahead and go in and see what Chuck is up to. Right there. All right, so we're at Big 3 Racing here with Chuck. Chuck has been gracious enough to invite us in to check out the facility, the new facility. They're here beside Dragway 42 in West Salem, Ohio. Thanks, Chuck.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, only 500 feet from the starting line.
Yeah.
Can't get
Is
much
it really
closer.
500 feet?
Just 500
feet. That's great. Yeah, so kind of like go through where you were and how you got here.
Yeah, so we've been in business for 18 years now, so we're not new, but we're just new to this area. But we're in Hinckley, which is 35 minutes north of here. And we were there for quite a long time. Had a similar size facility, just not as new or well set up, but we had a catastrophic fire last July, and pretty much a total loss. I mean, there was nothing that was really savable. So we started from scratch. I mean, and it was a lot of work as far as figuring out what equipment we should have, what we should replace it with, and I asked all the guys that work here, what did you like that we had? What equipment did you like? What equipment did you not like? What would you get? And, we just kind of worked together, and, had a lot of great companies kind of help us out as far as telling us what we should get, as far as equipment goes, because we just had old, used, stuff from the 70s or 80s, and you don't really know what's best until you use it. So
that's about a year ago.
Yep, just over a year ago. So it's August now.
Sounds like it's not that hard, but I'm sure it was difficult as heck to get things back going and keep the business going.
And we were technically out of business, so to speak, for 11 months. I mean, it was a long time. It wasn't just a couple months. So to know if everybody all your customers are going to come back to you, and new customers, and we had a handful of people waiting for us to open. We were still doing a couple things out of my house, which is right down the road from here. But I only got 2 lifts. So, I mean, we can only do so much work. And you're looking at, we used to do hundreds of cars, a year to only being able to do, 6 cars. So it's just a huge difference. So we couldn't be happier to be back running again, back in business, and having the dynos again and not having to borrow people's dynos or rent and do remote tuning and all that stuff. It's so much nicer to have our own facility once again.
So let's run through the shop real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, new facility, you got several lifts, 1, 2, 3, 4. Jeez, dude.
Yeah, we got 12 lifts in this shop.
Yeah.
So pretty much all the same. We have 2 truck lifts. Everything else is just your standard 10,000 pound standard lifts. Everything's rotary. We do have a 14,000 pound drive-on lift that we use for all the heavier trucks, but not only that, for setting up anti-roll bars and doing subframe connectors and just setting up suspensions where you need the weight on the car.
So I see a lot of different. We got like a 63 Vet or something,
Yep.
And a 67 Camaro, and then
Fox
newer,
bodies.
the Gen 5s and Chargers and stuff.
Yeah,
so you
that's
pretty much
something.
do everything, don't
Yeah,
you?
that's something here that you'll see the largest variety you'll ever see. I mean, we do everything from brand new stuff to old stuff, but everything is American. That's the only thing we work on is American V8, V10, wheel drive or all-wheel drive. We don't do any of the front-wheel drive stuff. We stick with what we know and what we enjoy doing.
So pretty much everything except for chassis building.
Yep, that's the only thing we'll do some modifications.
modifications of chassis,
and stuff
but
like
not
that.
from scratch.
Yeah, no body work either.
Right.
It's not our
Right.
thing. But you can see we have a lot of fab
equipment.
equipment.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't even tell you how many welders. I think 7 of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, a bunch of welding tables and all kinds of fab equipment because we do a decent amount of fab work. Plus, we get a lot of parts in, and if anybody's in this industry, they know that you get brand new parts and they don't fit. So you need the machinery to modify said parts.
Yeah. So this is the first part of the building.
Yep.
And then there's a second part of the building where the dynos are.
Yeah,
It's
completely-
separated by code.
Yeah,
right?
completely separate building.
Yeah. It's quite the plethora of different vehicles, I'd say.
Yeah.
And then you were talking about this one the last time we were in, that's going to be the engine room?
Yeah, this whole side will be the engine room. Just talked to the contractors on this. They're going to start on this within the next month.
Okay.
We still have a little bit of work to do in the other building for them to finish up, hopefully in another week or 2. And then that side will be our break room, and we got a bathroom and everything. It'll be a second story here.
Still going to be a speakeasy?
That's the plan.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
I mean, it's a speakeasy, so you can't tell anyone.
Are you a bourbon drinker?
I'm not, but I probably could switch. You never know.
Right. So you've got an all-wheel drive dyno.
Yep, we got an all-wheel drive Mustang dyno capable of holding 2,000 horsepower.
Okay.
We got another in-ground Mustang dyno that's 2-wheel drive, also 2,000 horsepower.
Okay.
And if you're sporty enough to make more than 2,000 horsepower, we can also hold 6,000 horsepower.
Yeah, so the hub dyno, that's kind of a game changer for you.
Yeah, and there's a couple hub dynos in the area, but no 6,000 horsepower capable. A lot of them are only 2,000 or 3,000 horsepower, which 2,000 horsepower, yes, it's safer on a hub dyno and more repeatable and stuff like that. You don't have to worry about tires slipping and everything. Right. But to have one that's 6,000 horsepower is going to be awesome. And really, I mean, I think the biggest thing for us is somebody can come from out of state, get on here, rent it for a day, iron out a brand new build, set up boost controls, shift points. You can launch this thing off the trans brake if you wanted to. Make a complete eighth or quarter mile pass. And then go right to the strip the next day, rent the track the next day, and make a couple passes over there and have this thing 100% ironed out and not have to spend a year, because that's what it takes to iron out a fast car sometimes. Yeah. Is a year or at least 6 to 10 trips to the track.
Right.
You can do almost everything here and then take it right to the racetrack.
Oh, you talked us into it when the Pinto's going. It's
100%.
Just bring it here and let you. You're absolutely right. Like wearing out tires, wearing everything out, or just put it on a dyno.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, it's definitely the way to do it.
Yeah, and I think not before 6 Smokies, but I think we'll get. Rob's going to build a set of headers for the truck, bigger tube, and we're going to put bigger carbs on it, and then we'll bring it up and have you tune it because he knows Holly's carburetors too. He doesn't just do electronic fuel injection. He does carburetors.
We do carburetors too.
Yeah,
Fuel injection and carburetors.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
No, absolutely.
Really
Thank you guys for
appreciate
coming out.
And by the way, they got the heads for the ugly ducklings, so we'll get that situated and have that back together for 6 Smokies.
Absolutely.
You getting in on this?
Thinking about it.
What do you say?
I'm gonna go high. I'm gonna say 2720.
I'm gonna go 2148. We're Big 3 with Chuck. Today's dyno day. Today, so you've not had it on a dyno that would hold it yet.
Correct. Yeah, a couple years ago I had it on our 2-wheel drive dyno and only 15 pounds of boost, but it kept shaking the tires and we couldn't really get any good data from it. So we just kind of been rolling with it ever since.
And now in your new facility, you have a hub dyno.
Yeah, so the hub dyno should, I mean, we don't have to worry about tire shaking or tire spinning or any of that.
Right.
Plus it'll measure 6,000 horsepower. So huge, yeah, huge difference. So obviously we're not going to get anywhere near that, but you know, a little over a third of that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
You know, so, but yeah, it's a 81 Pontiac Grand Le Mans Safari wagon with a big block Chevrolet in it, 540. It's got a Windberg billet crank in it, aluminum rod, and Wiseco pistons. Brodix heads, 380 heads, all hipped, and you know, good valves, good valve train, and everything like that. Manton rockers, and really just set it up for Draganddrive. It was the biggest thing. But obviously, we like to go fast also.
Right.
So not just your typical Draganddrive stuff. We're trying to push the limits of a lot of moving components.
And it's pro charged.
Yep. So we have a F3 130 crank drive pro charger set up on it. So a little bit more unique. You don't see a lot of Draganddrive cars, especially at this caliber. Most of them are, you know, 12, 13 second cars with pro chargers on them, not, you know, pushing for 6s.
Right.
You know.
Turbo 400.
Yep. It's got a Turbo 400 from Perfect Converter in it. It's their, you know, close ratio deal. And
I love those guys.
Yep. Yeah. And their converter, it's got a bolt together billet converter in it from them. Yeah, I mean, that stuff is pretty rock solid. The Turbo 400 is new for us this year.
Okay.
So we didn't do it on sick week, but we had it right after sick week.
What'd you have in it before?
A Power Glide.
Okay.
So same first gear ratio, but then with the second gear, we split it in half. So it goes a 170, then a 134 second, and then 1-to-1 high gear.
And fastest time so far?
Last year, actually, in the quarter was a 7002. And that was
so close.
Yes, and that's the way it always is. But it was a new personal best with a 448 in the 8th, and then it broke a rocker in the middle of all that. So and it still was down, I don't know, 12 mile an hour. Yeah, and I lifted just a hair early because it didn't sound good.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah, I think we would have been on it then. Since then, we've gone faster in the 8th and all that stuff, and you know, it's been a 110 60 foot. So I mean, and a lot
How
of
much does it
112.
weigh?
So in Draganddrive weight, it's 3550, and then we knock it down. What's that?
Without you?
With me.
Okay.
So then for the street, or not for the street use, but just for driving down the track, we remove a radiator, remove the trans cooler, and the rear seats, and then I get it down to 3480. Okay. So 3460 to 3480, depending if I have the nitrous bottle in it or not.
And you won a couple times, right?
Yeah. We for Draganddrive stuff, we've won first place in modified, and last year at Drag Week, and then we placed 10th overall at Sick Week this past year. Came in runner up for modified, but yeah, it's grueling. It's doing Draganddrive stuff yourself. You get that. It's completely different. And then we've won a handful of small tire races here locally, and last year we won the street car shootout deal here at the end in October. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, had a couple pretty stiff competition there at the end, and we made it to the finals, and we were able to get it done. So very happy with that.
Benefit having Drag Boy 42 right next door.
Oh yeah,
huge benefit.
Definitely.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
all right, we're looking forward to seeing what she makes. We got an idea on the board, or without the board. Is that just everybody in a? Yeah,
we throw $5 in, and you guys are welcome to chip in too. But everybody threw $5 in, and we're going to take bets on what it's going to make. And
is it closest or closest over, or is it like Price is Right?
No, closest in general.
All right,
whoever gets the closest to it. You'll see a lot of them are very close, and we have no idea because we've never had this on the dyno. Last time it was on the dyno, I think it made, I don't remember, 17 or 1800 at 15 pounds. Now we're running like 42, 43 pounds of boost. So, But yeah, we have absolutely no idea. We're going to find out soon enough, though.
You probably gone on the internet and said, okay, at 3,500 pounds, 7.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we have some kind of idea, but I also just changed everything, and it hasn't been on the track since.
Okay.
So not everything, but the camshaft is a huge change.
Who do you run for
camshafts? Brian Tooley Racing. They,
okay.
They spec'd the cam for this, and the old cam was back from my no prep days, and 15 pounds of boost on 85, intercooled, completely different.
It's not.
Yeah, we're well over another 100 thou of lift and a lot more duration, and yeah, it should pick up tremendously.
We're seeing 6s this year for sure.
It should definitely do that.
Keep her together. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
So, awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Dude, I couldn't even see straight. My eyes were shaking.
I definitely gotta tighten these ears.
Oh, yeah.
Like a nitromethane car in here. That was exciting. Yeah. All right, so that was a first.
Yeah, that was our first one. First time I've ever done it. Made 1851.
All right.
Little rip. I think I shut it down around 7,300.
Okay.
I was looking for tack on the screen, learned we don't have tack on the screen. So then I looked at my screen and I seen something, and I'm like, yeah, it's over 7, we'll just lift now. And no, it felt super smooth. We're gonna pull a data log. Like everything was kind of shaking, so I couldn't even really
same
see
here.
that screen. So
I gotta admit, I was caught off a little off guard. Like an oil can fell off the shelf and stuff over there.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened. We haven't had a zoomy car in here yet, so luckily the light fixture stayed on the ceiling, and we don't have insulation up there yet, so that didn't come falling down on us. So
yeah, that was something. All right.
Yeah,
so Rick's going to be making some changes, or
yeah, we're going to see what it did.
Okay.
And, again, we got a lot of changes that we made to the car, so we don't anticipate the first one just being good.
No. I said it's not quite from scratch, but it's damn near.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's enough to make a pull, but we're going to see what the data shows, make some changes, and then it's going to be a lot of fine tuning. That's the big reason it's on here.
Those zoomies are impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely loud, that's for sure, especially in a building.
You definitely feel that kind of horsepower, don't you? That's horsepower you feel.
Yeah.
So the Wizard Rick is
doing stuff.
punching buttons.
Yeah, trying to go over that data. So that was our second pull. We made just under 2,000. We took out a lot of fuel correction now that we can actually see what each cylinder is doing.
Yep.
We got rid of that correction, and then we can put it back in if needed. We noticed the ones that we had correction in were actually too rich. So you use other data that you have to determine that, but now that we have actual data, we can use actual readings and make changes as needed and see what kind of timing we need to do or what we can do. But it definitely made the power we thought it would with that extra timing in it. So we're definitely heading in the right direction for sure.
Cool. So we can't express on film how freaking loud this thing is.
It's so loud.
But this might be a telltale. So this car is sitting on top of this one on the lift. It's knocking all the schmutz out of this car and vibrating it out on top of this car. I mean, it's covered in stuff. It's a way to get the dirt off of your street car, isn't it?
Yeah, vibration cleaning.
Ultrasonic cleaner.
Yeah, with 2,000 horsepower, it'll knock all the mud out from underneath it.
That's freaking hilarious. Very dirty inside.
Yeah, probably got a lot of fuel we threw at it. So the first thing I look at when I look at a spark plug to make sure it's still there. So
Make sure it still has a tip and
yeah,
not smashed with anything.
a lot of this what we're seeing is actually the gas.
Right,
This thing idles on 93, which is a pretty dirty fuel. So it's hard to be like, oh, look at all that, but that's from the 93 on it. And these are a 10 spark plug, so idling on 93 on a 10 spark plug doesn't normally last a lot better. But actually, what we normally look for, I look for a timing mark, which it's hard to read spark plugs in general. And there's a whatever. I look at the heat effect zone, which is where this actually changes color, which we don't even really see a line on it yet. Just telling me this thing still wants more timing, which we've always been super safe on the timing. So we're gonna start adding it to it and see what it likes. But where it starts to change color, kind of like taking a torch to a piece of metal, where how hot it is. So as that line comes back down and down and down, it'll tell you kind of how hot the chamber gets or how hot the spark plug is. It doesn't always tell the whole story, but it gets you whether you're in the ballpark or not. First step is having it. So if that's cool. We have a spark plug. It's not melted off. We're not
put a new one in it.
as far as that goes, we're not that far off on the tune-up, and it's made it a couple of licks without melting itself down. So therefore, we'll creep back into it. I call being on the right side of wrong. You know. On this side of blowing it up, we're good. Or on that side of blowing it up, we're not good.
Yeah, I'm going to put a new fresh plug in it just to so we could read it easier, and we'll just work off of this one cylinder for now.
Perfect.
So, yeah, we're good.
Fire up.
Bless America. Look at that flat curve from like 5,700 through 77. Is it showing a timing mark or?
Not really.
There's nothing all hard to read.
It is, because it's just so clean. You know, you don't see like all the soot or anything like that because it's just not there. But if anything, it's, in my opinion, it's way up there.
Yeah.
So this is pull number next, I don't know, 7 or something like that. We keep making little changes. That one we made 21.04 or 06, yep, somewhere around there. So we leaned it out some and it made quite a bit more. So we're pretty excited about making more power because that's really at the end of the day what we're trying to do. And looking at the data, it looks like it actually made it throughout the entire pull, not just a peak or whatever. You know, we we don't always look at just at the peak. We always look at power under the curve, we call it. And, you know, because that's, you're not just at your max RPM all the way down the track. So it's very important to look under the curve. That's why we always play with timing and fueling everywhere in it. So we are running the engine at peak no matter what the RPM is.
And the air is trash today.
Yeah, it come to find out, it feels okay because we're not sweating like dogs, but there's actually over 90% humidity. So barometric pressure isn't too bad, the temperature isn't bad, but humidity absolutely kills this car. Like I'll have to hit the car so much harder from the starting line to get anywhere near the same 60 foot. And I mean like a couple hundred RPM, which is typically good for, you know, 200 horsepower. So there's a good chance it's actually down because of the air quality. But for now, we're just trying to make it as peak that we can, and then know that on a good air, we're going to run a lot harder than what we normally do.
And you spun it a little higher this time, right?
Yeah, and I don't think that's really the main reason it picked up, but yeah, I ran it to like 80, 82 or something like that. I seen on the dash before I lifted. So.
I'll tell you, that one hurt worse.
Yeah, that little extra RPM, you can hear every little bit of it. So, but I'm curious to see what kind of boost it made it with that little extra RPM. Awesome. Probably an extra pound or two. So, yeah, we'll get more data.
All right, quick wrap up. Chuck made 2100. That's more than he's ever made before. I think he was like 17 something before. And actually the air is really crappy, so he expects probably another 2 or 3 out of it. At least. Kind of cool. Next door is Dragway 42, like we said earlier, and Mickey Thompson has the track rented out. The Taylors are over there. They're doing a lot of testing for Mickey Thompson tires, I guess. So there are 7 days in a week. Someday isn't one of them.